Ladies and gentlemen, this is an all-new base model Acura Integra, and at an MSRP of $32,495 for this lunar silver example, it just might be the best value in small luxury cars. So today I'm going to show you why. We're going to review the vehicle. We're going to have a look at the styling. We're going to look at the engine and the transmission on the base model Integra. We'll measure out the cargo room. We'll look at the passenger room, and we'll have a look at the features, both convenience and safety-wise, that make this car such an amazing value. And as always, if some of that sounds good and some of it sounds bad, check the description below for timestamps. Now we'll start with the styling, and I think the Integra is a very good-looking car. I think it's so good-looking that, truth be known, I actually bought one. I have an A-Spec Tech with a manual transmission, but even the base model does look quite good, and in some ways it looks a little bit cleaner than the more common A-Spec and A-Spec technology package. You have 17-inch alloy wheels that do look rather good. You have the chrome trim on the window surrounds. That looks nice on this silver model. You do not have the rear spoiler on the cargo area, so it's a little bit cleaner back there. The base model to me still looks very, very good. Maybe not quite as sporty as an A-Spec because it is missing the black trim bits, but it's still a nice looking car. It should be noted that this is a hatchback. Acura seems to have gone to some lengths to hide that fact from people, and a lot of people are surprised when they see that the whole rear hatch opens up. But it's still a very nice looking car, and the hatchback does give you some extra versatility when it comes to handling large cargo. More on that later. Now we're going to talk about the engine and the transmission on the base model Integra, and this is equipped with the 1.5-liter turbo engine with 200 horsepower. As I speak right now, this is the only engine currently available in an Integra until the Type S comes out with the larger, more powerful turbo engine this summer. This is a very nice engine, the 1.5-liter. It does have enough power for this car. I imagine the Type S is going to be a real screamer. With the base model Integra, it is only available with the CVT automatic transmission. If you want a manual on the Integra, you have to move up to at least the A-Spec technology package. That gives you the 6-speed manual and the helical limited slip differential. And then, of course, when the Type S comes out, that will be another option as well. One interesting note on the base model is it actually picks up 1 mile per gallon compared to its A-Spec and A-Spec Tech brethren. The reason being, I think, that this one has smaller wheels. The 17-inch alloy wheels get you better fuel economy than the 18-inch models. So we are going to open up the rear hatchback and measure out the cargo space. The length of the cargo area from the back of the cargo area to the bottom of the back seat with the seat up is 3 feet. The width of the cargo area at its widest point at the rear to inside of that little cubby hole, 4 feet and 1 inch. The width of the cargo area at its narrower point in between there and there, 3 feet and 4 inches. The height of the cargo area at the entry point right here, where it's relatively low, is 1 foot and 3 inches. And the height of the cargo area at its highest point, right there at the back of the hatchback opening, 2 feet and 2 inches. And the length of the cargo area with the second row seat folded down, 5 feet and 7 inches approximately. And I say approximately because it does depend on where you have that front seat set, but it's in kind of a mid position now. And it should be noted that you do have a pretty much flat load floor in the Integra, so you do have good cargo carrying capacity there. And if you want to lift something into the back of your Acura Integra, you will need to lift it 2 feet and 10 inches off the ground. And just for fun, if we look under here, that is the air pump for the flat tire if you get a flat, and the little spigot to add gas for your capless fuel filter, and a little bit of extra storage. And that is the cargo area in your Acura Integra. If you want to be very pedantic, you can go back to the review I did a few months back on an Integra A-Spec Tech and see if all my cargo measurements matched, because I have no idea. I didn't watch that video before filming this, but I'll put a link to the description. Now we're gonna have a look at the passenger space, and for this measurement I use myself. I'm 6'5", so let's see if I can sit behind myself in a new Integra. Okay, so interestingly enough, yeah, I kind of do. If I sit here, I have enough knee room. I'm sitting very upright, but my head is not quite touching the ceiling. And if I get out, I can get in the back. My knees are touching the seat and my head's kind of touching the ceiling, but I can sit back here. I could ride back here for a little while. On a base model Integra or an A-Spec for that matter, you don't really get anything for your backseat passengers. If you move up to the A-Spec Tech, they get some USB ports. Interestingly enough, this car does have better interior room than a TLX, which is a larger Acura luxury sedan. So if you like the idea of an Acura and you don't want an SUV and you need better person room, check out the Integra. Now we're going to move to the interior of the vehicle, and in here is where you really see the value of the base model Integra. It's really only missing fog lights as far as a functional difference from the higher priced A-Spec model. Everything else is styling wise. So we have leatherette upholstery. We have a power driver's seat. We have Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. We have a fully digital gauge cluster. We have heated front seats. We have a power moonroof. We have an auto-dimming interior rear view mirror. And we have the LED jewel eye headlights with the LED daytime running lights. So really a lot of great standard features for an entry-level luxury car at this price point. A few of the things that we are missing: we don't have satellite radio. The screen is only 7 inches, although it is a touchscreen. You only have one USB port up here, and if you want to use Apple CarPlay or Android Auto, it will be taken up with a USB cable, because on the base model, those are not wireless features. However, you do have a 12-volt power outlet, so you can plug in some extra USB chargers there. You do have the dynamic mode selectors, so you can put it in comfort, sport, or normal mode. But if you really want to feel a difference, you'll have to move up to the A-Spec with the technology package to get the adaptive dampers, which then adjust the ride. In this car, it mainly just adjusts the steering response and the throttle response. Now, when it comes to safety features, this little Acura at its $32,495 price point is very, very well equipped, especially if you manage to compare it against the smaller German competitors. I'm talking about things like a CLA class, 2 Series GranCoupe, etc. For the price on this car, you do get adaptive cruise control. You do get collision mitigation braking, forward collision warning, lane departure warning, lane keeping assist, the road departure mitigation, and the traffic jam assist. And it's especially the things like the adaptive cruise control, which can bring the vehicle to a complete stop here, the traffic jam assist, those kind of things, that really sets this car apart from its competitors. It is also equipped with blind spot monitoring and the rear cross traffic alert. That comes as standard even on a base model Integra. Again, that does kind of set it apart from some of its more expensive and more German competitors. Thank you so much for watching my review of this base model Acura Integra. I always like to review base model cars because I feel like a lot of automotive reviewers sort of ignore them, but you know what? There's a lot of value here, and I am a man of the people. So thank you so much for watching. Please like the video, subscribe to my channel, and have a great day. Bye-bye.